Okay, boys and girls, we're going to start Unit 6 review. Number 1, Nolan used doubling to solve 6 times 8. This is what he did. Okay, if you notice, we have 6 here, 8 here, and he used doubling. This is 3 times 8, 3 times 8. He broke apart the 6. Okay, we want you to explain what Nolan did. You look, he said 6 times 6 is equal to 3 times 8 plus 3 times 8. 6 times 8 is equal to 24 plus 24, and so 6 times 8 equals 48. So to explain that, you would just have to put that Nolan, he broke the 6 apart into 3 plus 3. Okay, so 3 and 3. And then he multiplied 3 times 8 and got 24. And then he doubled. (24) to get 48. So 6 times 8 would equal 48. All right. Let's go on to number 2, or B, part B, I'm sorry. Use doubling to solve 5 times 8. Draw a picture to show. Draw a picture and write number models. You may use Nolan's work to help. So if we can use his work. So we want to do 5 times 8. So if I were drawing a picture, 5 and 8. Remember, with doubling, we want to find an even number, so that would be my 8. And I would do 4 here and 4 here, which would give me my 8. And then 4 times 5, which would equal 20. And 4 times 5 would equal 20. Okay? And then 20 plus 20 would equal 40. So 5 times 8 equals 4 times 5 plus 4 times 5, and then 5 times 8 is equal to 20 plus 20, so 5 times 8 equals 40. And that's a case of doubling, boys and girls. All right, let's go down to the number 2. And here you need to fill in the unit box. So we never forget to put in the unit box. Let's put cats. Okay? And then it says to solve. So, boys and girls, you can use any strategy, but remember our most efficient strategy that we've been working on is our trading. Okay? So, 4 minus 9. If I have 4 ones, I can't take 9 away from, so I'm going to come over here and trade with my 10. So I'm going to take one of those, so now I only have one. I'm bringing 10 tens, or 10 ones over here. I already had 4, so that gives me 14. Now I want to check my 10s. If I have 1 10, I can't take 3 10s away, so I'm going to trade with my hundreds. So I'm going to take one group of 10 away, bring it over here, so now I have 11. And if I check with my 100s, they're fine. So now let's go back and subtract. 14 minus 9 is 5. 11 minus 3 is 8. And 5 minus 2 is 3. So my answer is 385. My next one is 421 minus 349. So 421 minus 349. I would recommend that you set this up this way so that you can work your problem. So 1, if I only have 1 ones, I can't take 9 away, so I'm going to trade with the 10s. I'm going to make that a 1 10. I'm going to bring 10 ones over, so 10 plus 1 is 11. If I only have 1 10, I can't take 4 10s away, so I'm going to borrow from the hundreds. That becomes a 3. I'm bringing 10 over, so I have 11. And my hundreds are okay, so 11 minus 9 is 2. And 11 minus 4 is 7. So my answer would be 72. Okay? All right, boys and girls, number 3 says in baseball multiplication, the greater the product from the dice roll, the better the hit. For each pair of facts below, circle the one that will give you a better hit. All right, so if I look at this, let's go ahead and pull that up. My choice is 7 times 6 or 5 times 9. Well, I know that 7 times 6 is 42, and 5 times 9 is 45, so the 5 times 9 is going to give me a better hit. All right, let's go down to the next one. 3 times 8 is 24, and 5 times 5 is 25, so my 5 times 5 is my better choice. 8 times 8, I ate and I ate till I got sick on the floor. 8 times 8 is 64. And 9 times 6, take 1, gives me 5, and make 9, 54. Okay, so my 8 times 8 is a greater product. And number 4, it says show a multiplication strategy that can be used to solve this fact. Okay, 6 times 7, so I could use doubling, which would be 3 times 7, which equals 21, and 3 times 7, which equals 21. If I add those together, I get 42. I could also use the break apart rule, and I could do 5 times 7 is 35, and then I would only need one more, so 1 times 7 equals 7. And if I add those up, I come up with 42. And you can use whichever strategy works best for you. Okay, let's move on to our next question, number 5. Okay, it says you have 42 party favors and want to divide them equally among 7 bags. How many party favors do you have in each bag? Well, first of all, let's put our unit down, which is party favors. And I know that because if I go back to my question's asking me how many party favors. So party favors is what my unit that I'm talking about. So they want me to write a number model to fit the story using a letter to represent what you want to find out. You may complete the diagram below to help. Solve the number story and then write a number model with your answer to check your answer. So let's go with our letter. Let's go with a P for party favors. Remember, you only have to use one letter even though it represents 2 words, party favors. So when I look back, do I know how many bags I have? Well, I do because it tells me that I have 7 bags. Do I know how many party favors per bag? Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. How many party favors do we put in each bag? So that's what I don't know. So that's where my P is going to go. And then I know that I have a total of 42 party favors. Boys and girls, this should help you figure out what your number model is going to be if you set it up and you use the diagram that you're using there. Okay, so I can either write 7 times P equals 42, or I could write 42 divided by 7 equals P, and my P is going to be equal to 6. Okay, and 6 what? 6 party favors per bag. All right, let's look at our next one. Okay, and I guess I put that up there a little farther so you can come down and you can put that on the line there. Your answer would be 6 party favors. I didn't get down far enough. And it would be the 42 divided by 7 equals P, or 7 times P equals 42. 2. Okay, and then we fill that out. Which was what we had at the top. All right, number 6. Xavier and Violet solve this number sentence. 5 times 4 plus 3 equals question mark. Xavier says the answer is 23, and Violet says the answer is 35. Who is correct? Well, let's go back. Remember our little saying, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses. Use this one: multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So I look and I have parentheses, so I'm going to do that first. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and 5 times 7 equals 35. Boys and girls, when you're doing something like this, I recommend that you figure out the problem. So if I look at that, this tells me that Violet is correct. Okay, so I would just write down that Violet is correct. And I would just put that parentheses mean 4 plus 3 should be done first. So 4 plus 3 equals 7 times 5, which give me 35. Okay, good. Number 7, Camelia used the order of operations to solve this number sentence. 8 plus 2 times 7 equals 22. Looking at our order of operations, you're going to do your number 1, the parentheses, then multiply and divide, doing them in order, or finally add and subtract, doing them in order to from left to right. All right, so Camille used the order of operations to solve this. So if I look at this, then my 2 times 7 would come first, which is 14, plus the 8 would equal 22. Explain her steps. So first what she did, Amelia solved the 2 times 7 and got 14. Then she added 8 to 14 and got 22. Okay, boys and girls, once again, just remembering your order of operations is going to help you out and solve multi-step problems. All right, and then let's go on to number 8. Just about finished. Hang in there. Mr. Manning's class has 7 tables with 3 children at each table and a table with 5 children. How many children are in Mr. Manning's class? Here's a number model. 7 times 3 plus 5 equals C. Solve the number story using any strategy and show your work. Okay? All right, so we could just do 7 tables. So if I wanted to show my work, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, and I have 3 in each table. Each one of these X's then represent the children at the table, okay? And then I have 5 with a table with 5. So let's make that a round table and let's put 5 in it. Because these are the one table that I have extra. All right, so figuring it out, let's skip count. 3, 6, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and then 21 plus my 5 that I have on the extra table gives me 26 children. Okay. Now all they want you to do is explain what you did, and you just answer what we did. We did 7 times 3 shows 3 children sitting at each table. Children each sitting at 7 tables. And the plus 5 will show the number of other children in the class. So 21 plus 5 equals 26. 26 children. Okay, boys and girls, that concludes our review for Unit 6. So, if you're able to understand each and every part of that, then you should do well on the test that you take for this unit.